gathered here today to worship in song, I suggest Kumbaya.
Force field. Force field, sucker.
I should never have let you build this chair without my oversight. It was my first miscalculation.
You've made many miscalculations.
Really? Have you ever pondered why I never pursued the Flash? Never needed his speed or his mind. Anyone? His connection to the Speed Force. Access to all of time. Past, present, future. True knowledge. And now that you have placed him inside my mind, I'll have it all.
You'll have to find us first.
Hey guys, the Arrowverse, and for today's video, I will be making my Flash Season 4 season finale video for you guys. So today, this episode will be very big, and yeah, I'll address a lot of things. Coffee Shop Girl returns in this episode, and Wally returns, but I'll talk about them at the end of the video. But yeah, so anyways, let's begin. But before I begin, just remember to subscribe and please leave a like on this video so I can monetize my videos for you guys in the future. So let's begin. So the beginning of the episode, it continues to what happened at the end of last week's episode when Barry, after Barry destroys DeVoe's satellite, like one of them, and then DeVoe uses his pocket dimension abilities to go to Star Labs, take control of Gideon with Kilgore's abilities, and then goes straight into the time vault to initiate the Enlightenment Protocol with Fallout's abilities and the dark matter from the thinking cap. And pretty much, yeah, and then, yeah, we start off in the beginning of the episode with Captain Singh about to call Barry in jitters when he tells Barry that, he's about to tell Barry that the judge let Barry have his job back, because don't forget, after episode 16, when Ralph shapeshifted into DeVoe, yeah, we didn't really see that happen, but you get the point. Like, Ralph shapeshifted into the post-meta state of DeVoe. He then made the judge think Ralph was actually DeVoe. Speaking of Ralph, let's talk about him in a minute. But anyway, so then Barry and all members of Team Flash are in Star Labs, and then Joe just talks about saying how DeVoe is able to do this, and when I saw Joe talking, I was like, wait a minute, I thought Joe was not in Star Labs. Wasn't he outside? Because he was outside of Star Labs, and before this episode launched, I actually thought that the Enlightenment was actually already released, and DeVoe, whoever was outside of Star Labs would be affected by the Enlightenment. But then I realized, no, Joe, there was a timer, because there was an amount of, it all depended on the radius of the perimeter radius of the planet, because the radius was adding up every 5 seconds in the episode, and pretty much, yeah. And so Iris brings in Marley's, because everyone Barry and everyone run out of ideas. They're like, what should we do? And then Marley's comes in. She has the idea to put Barry into DeVoe's mind, which I love the idea of them doing that, because they really only did it because it was the only way to do it, to how, because Barry can't, every season, Barry really just goes back in time and solves it. We can't have that always happening, because if that always happened, DeVoe would just, like, I mean, DeVoe would probably already see that coming, and if DeVoe saw it coming, he'd be able to manipulate the Speed Force on Barry. And the Speed Force is still mad at Barry for time traveling anyways, and creating Flashpoint, so, yeah. But anyways, let's get back to the video. So, anyways, like, then when Barry how Barry goes into DeVoe's conscience is they use the thinking chair, and then they use Cecile's powers, because Cecile still has the powers. They use that for, like, a psychic link to Barry to get him into DeVoe's brain and then exit him out. Because without Cecile, Barry's just stuck there. And so when he gets in, Barry's like, well, by the time Barry gets in, we have that scene on when Barry first gets out of the Speed Force, and I'm actually glad that, like, well, I understand why they didn't do the exact replica of the scene when Barry exactly came out of the Speed Force, because it would have, besides, the actor Grant Gustin, he would actually have to grow another beard, and trust me, I don't think he would want to do it again. And yeah, I don't know, but whatever. 1 second, guys. Yes, well, we're back, and so then when Barry gets into DeVoe's brain, he looks around to see, like, literally Barry is right in front of the 405 bus that the bus metas were created from. They actually said that the bus metas were, like, some bus metas were supposed to appear in the episode, but we never really got any. But I'm guessing it's understandable, because the actors, they're busy, they have other things to do, so they can't always appear on The Flash. And I think the actor who plays Kilgore was actually on another TV show right now, and which causes him not to be available at the moment, so yeah. But speaking of bus metas, Ralph is back, because because, like, DeVoe's good side, like, the goodness in DeVoe, for some reason, kept Ralph alive, even though and most likely, they explained in the episode that it was because it's Ralph's body, and Ralph has control, like, they cannot kill the main version of Ralph off, so, like, that's it. And, we actually, before they released the synopsis for the episode, we actually found out, like, there was actually a theory when they leaked the photo images that Barry would do time traveling and go back in time to when the bus metas first existed. But then, if that happened, really, the events of season 4 would just be, it would be like nothing, and Barry would still be in the Speed Force after all. So, yeah. And Ralph would lose his powers. So, yeah. But then after that, after Barry finds Ralph and Ralph finds Barry, they have a conversation to catch things up, like, because Ralph doesn't know about the Enlightenment. He doesn't know what DeVoe's plan was. So then Barry tells him about the Enlightenment, and then Barry's like, "How are you still here? How are you alive?" And like, since Ralph was taken over by Barry, like, since Ralph was taken over by DeVoe, Ralph actually asks, "Did DeVoe get you too?" And he he refers to Cecile as her psychic abilities, and yeah, but then after they go back to Star Labs, like, yeah, we get back at Star Labs stuff, and then DeVoe comes in. He makes a Kumayar Mylar reference, and yeah, but I don't know, just. And so Kilgore, DeVoe, he makes all of these Flash stuff because he's like, you're wondering why I didn't take the Flash's abilities. You're wondering why I didn't take his powers, the connection to the Speed Force, his mind. Because in the comics, when Wally... Actually, DeVoe did the exact same thing. Because in the comics, when Wally West was the main version of the Flash, DeVoe, he needed Wally West's brain because the Flash had like a supercomputer which had him unlock the secrets and the decode, and he could decrypt codes of the Speed Force. So then when Wally West gave himself up to DeVoe, and remember this comic book era took place. Well, this stuff took place during when the Matrix movie first came out, so they did a lot of Matrix stuff in the episode, in the comics, so yeah. But they actually do a DeVoe, a classical DeVoe thing from the comics when DeVoe, DeVoe uses the holographic powers in the episode. I'll discuss that in a minute, but anyways, so then, we find out that there's, a little portal that in downtown, in DeVoe's brain, that allows him to, Ralph, to take back control of his body, and Ralph actually does go in there and cause DeVoe to die off, but before that actually happens, DeVoe, uses the, DeVoe does this weird thing where he creates these multiple copies of himself, and then DeVoe, it's the main Ralph, it's the Ralph Dibny version of DeVoe that Barry and Ralph fight. I actually thought it was really weird in the episode when Ralph was fighting him, basically himself, because DeVoe is fighting. DeVoe was using his powers because when Ralph punched him, DeVoe used Ralph's stretching abilities, and pretty much, yeah. Actually, during the episode, every time Cecile was about to get pregnant, Marley's had a joke where she's like, stop that lady from getting pregnant, and then which Iris was like, you want her to stop being pregnant? How is that even possible? And yeah, and actually Cisco did not even know that if Cecile gets the baby out, Cecile loses her powers. And by that time, he really should have known, because Cecile, he was there when Caitlin was told Cecile that the powers were only temporary, so that was basically it, but whatever, but yeah. And so then they go in, they continue with Barry, Ralph, and versus DeVoe, and DeVoe, when Ralph gets out, it takes about 2 to 3 minutes for Ralph to take control, but other than that, Ralph does take control. DeVoe starts getting his ALS back because DeVoe tries getting into the chair, and when Barry takes off his, the chair thing, Barry uses his powers and attacks DeVoe. DeVoe starts getting getting a seizure, and then DeVoe ceases, he races back into Ralph. And after that, DeVoe does somehow come back in the episode because DeVoe uses his DeVoe uses Kilgore's abilities as a thing. Again, this is one of his comic book accurate things when he is able to turn himself into a hologram. He actually did this in episode 18. I made a video about that. I'll have it in the link in the description down below. But anyway, so he uses this ability to bring himself back, and he's like, if he's a hologram, he can never die. But Marley's does the most savage thing, where she just disconnects the electronics, and DeVoe just once again dies and never comes back. But when the satellite, but because of that, the satellite starts decaying and slowly falls down into meteorites, and that's when we get the introduction of Coffee Shop Girl. That's right, Coffee Shop Girl came back, and then she came helping Barry out, and she actually made a big mistake when that happened, but people only cheered for Barry. My guess is why they only cheered for Barry is because most obviously Coffee Shop Girl wasn't there, and she ran away, and two, because if they knew who Coffee Shop Girl was, the timeline would be altered and the future would be changed. I don't know really, but yeah. And Wally comes back, and when Wally comes back, he just comes back. He name drops a lot of Legend stuff, really, because he name drops he somewhat references Mollis, because he says fighting an evil time demon really helps me persuade myself. And then, yeah, actually, when he mentioned the Legends, I was thinking, is Barry going to talk to Wally and see if he's going to talk to Nate, because Nate was a member of the Legends in season 3 of Legends. So, yeah. Is Nate from Legends of Tomorrow going to come back onto Team Flash, or is he just going to stay onto Legends and that? Yeah, I don't know. But Coffee Shop Girl comes in after, and Coffee Shop Girl reveals everything to Barry. Apparently, she is the Nora Allen most of us actually us fans actually got it right. She is Nora Allen, who is from the future. I will show a picture right now, so wait a sec. So yeah, this is Nora Allen, who is right beside Barry Allen in this picture. So in the comics, Nora Allen she is the Flash of an alternate universe in the comics, and she's one of the daughter. I don't know really. I think she's a daughter of Barry Allen. I don't know. So if any of you know, please leave please leave your things in the comment section down below, so I have a better perspective or whatever of who she is in the comics. And yeah, but anyways, so Nora Allen is obviously a name drop to Barry Allen's mother, which is also Nora Allen. And after Iris seeing Nora, which probably will inspire her to want to have children, which will lead us to the Nora Allen character, and then after we'll get the Bart Allen character sometime on the Flash show, because Bart Allen is one of those characters on the Flash that you have to do. There's no questions, it's not a matter of if, but a matter of when. And so there's actually been some theories theorists that the Nora Allen character might actually be a version of Bart Allen. I don't think it's Bart Allen because, one, she doesn't seem as quirky as Bart Allen is in the comics or in the animated TV shows, because Bart Allen in the comics is nothing compared to Nora Allen. One, he is really young, and he does, I don't know, but anyways, so yeah, and then, like, she says actually in the episode that she made a big mistake. Actually, we got another Flash family reference. We got Jenna, Orga, Mora, whatever. So, yeah, I'll show that picture also. But yeah, so Cecile's baby is a Flash family character in the comics, who's also the daughter of Barry Allen in some form of the comics, where, yeah, she takes over as the Flash and has a version of the Iris West costume from the Flash Season 4, Episode 16, called Run, Iris, Run. So, yeah. Basically, that's it about the episode. So, yeah, this is a long video, but anyways, yeah. Alright, you guys, that's the end of this video. If you'd like to subscribe, please leave a like on this video. I'll be making a reaction video for you guys tomorrow, so yeah, stay tuned and make sure you leave a like. And yeah, I personally loved this episode. They never really got a teaser for the villain of next season. I didn't really think they did. Leave in the comment section down below, do you think they left a teaser or cliffhanger for the villain next year? So, yeah. Stay tuned, guys.